This is a 2018 Air Tractor 802A. Has a PT6-65, which is a Pratt Whitney engine. Let me show you around.
AOPA keeps flying safe, accessible, and fun by protecting your freedom to fly. We are the most trusted one-stop resource for all things related to general aviation. Become an AOPA pilot today.
60-foot wingspan. We have 90 CP nozzles on here. We do anywhere from 2 gallon to 10 gallons per acre. Airplane, it has a flow control, so when you're going upwind or downwind, depending where the wind is, your ground speed varies, so your application rate per acre varies. So that keeps it at a constant. So if you want 5 gallons per acre, regardless of your ground speed, that's what you're putting out. This airplane grosses at 16,000 pounds, so you need a type rating exemption to fly it. This is where the ground crew works. This is the single point loading Buckeye. This is where we load the chemical into the airplane right here. This here is the single point fuel, and you can select what level of fuel you want. We very rarely do we carry the airplane full of fuel because we're just not out that long, and it's just more weight to carry. This here is our hopper rinse system. So it's a 18 gallon tank that rinses the tank after each load, because that's the chemical in the tank is the farmer's. So to be fair to him, you have to give him every drop. So that's what that is. This is our light bar system. It's tied to the AgNav inside. This gives us GPS guidance for our swathing. Every pass is flown just like you're flying a localizer. And it gives you can put all kinds of different information up on that light bar. Besides how many feet you're off, or your cross track, acres covered, ground speed, there's probably 100 different options you can put up there. So this is my office. I spend usually about 800 hours a year in here. I have 2 iPads. One runs ForeFlight all the time. The other one is for a GIS, which we can map before we take off. From an email, my manager can send me exactly where I'm going, and I can put a line on there, and it'll take me right to the field. So the days are gone of reading the map while you're flying and all that. We already have all that figured out before we go. All of our fleet uses AgNav GPS for our swath guidance, and we can download that and give that to the farmer. He can see exactly where we sprayed, and give it to the FAA. If they get a complaint on us, they can see exactly where we flew. Have an auger in the hopper, which for doing dry work, so you don't have to have somebody up on the wing every load now packing the hopper with seed or fertilize. Saves labor, liability. So what the auger does is it constantly turns when you're loading. It spreads the seed out and it packs the hopper for you. So this is the spray pump. You can vary, and it's all wind driven. This is your inlet to your pump here. This is your outlet, which goes back to the flow control, a screen, and then out to each boom. You can vary your speed of your pump right here by the angle of these blades, just like a constant speed propeller. So if you want more flow, like I was doing 10 gallons per acre this morning, if you want more flow, you can have more or less pitch in the blades. If you want less flow, you can turn it and have less pitch in the blades, like so. So we have wire cutters on each landing gear, and these are pretty much industry standard now. Our chemical tank is right here in the center of the airplane, right ahead of the cockpit. And this is your emergency dump right here. So this is the bottom of the hopper. We can also put a spreader. I have another airplane set up with a spreader on it. You can also put a spreader on for doing fertilizer or aerial cover crop. So we always leave one airplane set up for dry applications at all time. That's a service to our farmers that we work for to give them quick service. We can spread slug bait, we can spread fertilizer, we can spread any kind of seed. And how this works, and it's the same for the other airplanes as well. If you're set up for liquid, this door here is your emergency dump. But for dry, you can measure the opening there for the amount of poundage you want per acre. And then it drops the seed down. We have a handle up in the cockpit that opens this door. and it drops the seed down, and then it'll spread it out with airflow. This airplane we do 55 feet. The bigger airplanes we do a 70-foot swath. That's a little conservative, but I'd rather be conservative with that. This is your hopper vent here, so it's taking the air and putting a down pressure on the product in the hopper.